Alright, today we are going to be going over the last way to multiply by powers of 10. And this way is certainly my favorite. I believe it to be the most efficient way of multiplying by powers of 10. So you could say that this way is called moving the decimal. Okay, so we have 6 4/10, or 6.4 times 10. So all we're doing is we're seeing how many zeros are in this power of 10, and that's how many times I am moving this decimal to the right. So 6.4, I would move the decimal here, and then it becomes 64, right? Because there's 1 0, so I hop one time. Now, if it's 6.4 times 100, what I'm going to do is, so this one equals 64. Now I can do 6.4. Okay, and there are 2 zeros here, so now I'm going to hop once and twice. But there is no number here, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to add a 0 because really 6.4, once you start adding zeros after the decimal, it doesn't change the value, right? So there are a whole bunch of invisible zeros here, really going on infinitely. So if you get to a point where you're hopping the decimal to a digit that doesn't exist, all you're doing is adding a 0. Okay, so now we are at 100. Alright, so now we are at 1,000, so that would be 3 times we're going to move the decimal. 6.4, and then I can actually just write it here. 1, 2, 3. So that would mean that 6 4/10 times 1,000 would be 6,400. Okay, this would be 640 because I'm moving the decimal twice, and this would be 64 because I moved the decimal to the right once. Now we can do the same with this. So now I'm going to move the decimal once, and then that would be 0.04. Now I'm going to move the decimal twice, and then it would be 0.4. So this would be 4/100, and this would be 4/10. Now I'm going to move it 3 times because there are 3 zeros here. 1, 2, 3. And so that would equal 4. So hopefully this is pretty clear. I think this is the most straightforward way of doing this. So really, this is how I think about it when I'm multiplying by 10, is just kind of moving the decimals. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful.